and welcome back to Not a Serious Sports Show. Sports news, but make it gossip. I'm Joni.
And I'm Zizu.
And we are back to recap all the pop culture and entertainment sports news of the week. And it has once again been a doozy of a week. There's a lot to go over.
Yeah, I think that you and I have had like an all-time high of messaging each other dramatically throughout the week.
So many messages.
I'm excited to get to it.
Yes, me too. So we like to start out with our favorite fit, which is we each pick a game day fit of the week that we liked. And it's pretty much all been NFL recently because the NFL the guys really bring it with their looks every week.
Yeah, and also we were talking about this, but it is the sort of midst of the season, right? So everyone is the amateurs have finished their business.
They've been weeded out.
Yeah, we're here for the meat.
Absolutely. And the NFL knows that they are in the midst of style icons. They highlighted this week on their actual Instagram page. The NFL tweeted or had a caption that said, it's giving fall, and then had a roundup of all the best looks of the week. So they know, they are aware that there's elite fashion happening here. This week I picked Buffalo Bills linebacker Von Miller. The Bills were playing the Broncos, his old team. So I feel like he felt pressure to really look good, and he killed it. He's wearing
dressing for revenge.
He's dressing for revenge. Exactly. Oh God, not a Taylor pun too early. But he really did. I love this look. It's a rainbow chevron jacket paired over a dark denim pearl snap with embezzlement, and he's got a chain.
Embezzlement?
Yes.
Oh, Joni. Oh, I didn't know he was committing fraud. That's how good he looks.
This outfit is white collar crime.
Honestly, if I could describe my dream aesthetic, it would be someone who is committing embezzlement. So I frankly am here for that.
Guys, I do know the word embellishment. But I'm so glad that I said embezzlement.
No, there's a lot of embellishments and hopefully no embezzlement.
Hopefully not. But he's wearing a Stetson hat and a belt buckle to kind of cap it off. And it's just really playful and gives me everything I need. I love it. I love a little rainbow too. It's happy.
It's such a nice pop of color. And the little chevron sweater I don't know, if there's something so cute and cozy about it. It's
giving fall, would you say? Would you say?
With the embezzlement chambray and the sweater, it really is giving fall. And you know what? I have to say, I saw a lot of other tweets that were calling out different outfits, and they kept being it's giving fall, and it would just be a man in a plaid shirt.
Yeah.
And I'm okay, yes.
Or a sweatshirt.
We understand that is straight men fall, is a plaid sweater or a plaid shirt, but this is fall fashion. This is really amazing.
It's so good. I also really loved his shoes. They were a nice, they were a play on a blue suede shoe. It was all just very thoughtful, very fun. 10 out of 10 stars. And it wasn't a great night for the Bills. They lost and then subsequently fired their offensive coordinator. But I hope Von Miller knows that he looked good as hell going into that game. And he always does. He's definitely in a league of good fashion. He is a style icon. He did this interview where he said that he has a 2,000 square foot closet. So that's bigger than my house.
That is way bigger. Wow, that is incredible. Do you know if he has a tour of it at some point? I need to I should have looked that up. He apparently has over 12,000 pieces of clothing and accessories and shoes. I understand that.
Mind-blowing. He also, if you're not familiar with this look, he once wore a head-to-toe metallic tracksuit that was an Adidas Ivy Park collab that was gifted to him by Beyonce. He just wins. He wins sports fashion.
I mean, that is career as a sports person aside, he has peaked. as a human. Like, I don't think you can get better than that.
Apparently, it came with a handwritten note from Beyonce when he got it. So yeah, absolutely. What could be better?
I would love to know what Beyonce's handwriting looks like.
It's gorgeous. It's just like,
I wonder, like,
flowy.
I would love to see, because like I'm imagining like beautiful calligraphy, kind of like Meghan Markle's, but what if it's like chicken scratch?
She's too busy for that shit.
She's like, I'm typing, sorry.
Absolutely not. I also feel like this outfit, if you look it up, it's silver metallic, but I think it probably is the inspiration behind that Progressive commercial where the two guys are both like in head to toe,
like the gold
tracksuits, and they've both worn the same thing. I think that's like the inspiration for this, for that commercial.
Also, I love that in the picture where he's wearing the silver suit, he has chosen to accessorize with all orange, including what I believe is a hard hat. Because it
kind of looks like a jockey hat almost.
Like, this is like such a commitment, and I could fucking never. Like, if I went down the street wearing that, people would stone me, and that's okay. I don't deserve that. I don't deserve that outfit.
He's pulling it off. I also love.
He looks phenomenal.
Von Miller is. I'm a sucker for like a guy in glasses, and Von Miller always wears his glasses, and he's wearing sunglasses in this one. But this week in real time, he was wearing his classic glasses. I think it's just a cute touch.
It is cute.
His bad eyesight is very attractive to me.
I mean, that's why you love me, right?
It's true. It is true.
It's true.
There's something sexy about glasses.
As someone with glasses, I like respectfully disagree, but I love you, and I'm so glad that you like us.
I
do. So my pick was Cleveland Browns player Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah, and he is I have no idea what position this man plays. I think he's amazing though, because he literally, like, if we are doing a fashion sort of recap here, these guys are all like walking the red carpet. This man is walking the fucking Met Gala carpet.
Hell yeah.
Brought it. Like, he is dressed in a head to toe, like, gold wrapped outfit, including like a head wrap, like a neck wrap, and like these incredible, like
so good
chest plate, almost like in turquoise and red, and oh my god, it is so majestic. It is giving like 300. It is giving God, King Xerxes wishes. Like, it is incredible high fashion.
He looks, you just described it earlier as regal. He looks God. Regal.
It's so regal. It's so incredible. And like the face, the fierceness, like, this man is wearing something that the rest of us would be could literally, like, never. And he is not only pulling it off, but he's making it look so fucking natural. Like, oh yeah, this is just in my closet, babe. Like, I'm just going down the street to get a bagel from Whole Foods. Like,
yes, I'm pairing this with a little black booty, and what of it?
Yeah, and like, this is him being like, I'm as comfortable wearing this as I am wearing my fucking like Spanx leggings and Uggs. And you know what? I love him, and I can't wait to see what else this man brings, because for me, the more costume, like, the more theatrical, the better. And like, this is giving high drama, and that's what I love to see. It's almost like giving like Andre Leon Talley, you know, like,
yes,
like just that level of like exhibitionism. And I think that's
a good read. That's a good, that is a good comparison. It's definitely just, it's so different and exciting. I did not know who this man was. Now I know he plays for the Cleveland Browns, and that's about it. But he's definitely one to watch, because this was a very impressive look.
There was one quick shout out to my second favorite, a man. I have no idea who this man is, but he is blonde. He has a man bun. He's from the Arizona Cardinals, and he wore his daughter like a photo of his daughter.
That was my second pick too.
Oh my God.
It has her little face in it, and it's like done like one of those like like 90s
Yeah, like even
band
those like
t-shirts.
Selena t-shirts or like the Tupac t-shirts, like the ones that are in Target right now, or the ones that you can like buy online with like Tom from Succession on them. Like it's like that, but it's with his daughter, and it is so fucking precious, and I really love it. And it's just like you can tell he's just like, this is like me being peak father.
I am not a fan of like hashtag girl dad or hashtag boy mom, but if you have to be a hashtag girl dad, this is the way to do it. This is the only acceptable way. I love that. Thank you for bringing that up.
I mean, yeah, no, that was so adorable, and I respect it.
So that's, I mean, honestly, what a fantastic fashion week. But that now concludes our favorite fit of the week. And moving on to our stats-free sports news. Real quick, I just need to talk about something that is not timely, is not newsworthy, but is new to me. I have meetings on Monday night, so like I normally miss the beginning of Monday Night Football. Last night I didn't have one, so I was like sitting down at the introduction. And I did not know about the absolutely wild Monday Night Football song.
Welcome to hell.
How come nobody told me about this song? It is, if you're not familiar, it is a cover of the Phil Collins song In the Air Tonight. You know the one with that like incredible like drum. Yeah. The drum breakdown. But it is performed by Chris Stapleton and Snoop Dogg.
Yeah. Joni, I have had to live with this for the last I don't know how many weeks. I can't believe I've been suffering alone.
I can't believe you never mentioned this.
Okay,
like,
so I like
did you think this was normal?
Yes. Yes, I was like, is this what straight man culture is?
Yes. I mean, so there's the Sunday night one, like with Carrie Underwood, like everybody's waiting on Sunday night. But that is more like, yeah, it's cheesy, whatever. But it's more, it's expected. This is fully unexpected.
Well, so I didn't realize this was like the official song. I just kept being like, why do they keep playing this song? And like, I don't know, at least the Sunday night football one, like it feels official. Like there's like, she says the word, I've been waiting all day for Sunday night. I'm like, okay, this is sanctioned, right? I thought this was just like some fucking like producer was like, I just really like the song.
Please, let's include this every week. So I was just like completely shook when I listened to this. Anyway,
it's extremely upsetting, yeah.
That out of the way. If you thought this was the week that we weren't going to do a Travis and Taylor update, you're
wrong.
Sadly mistaken. Oh my God. This was the week of the kiss scene around the world.
The kiss scene around, yeah. Oh my God. But like, not just that, it was like, I think, okay, I know everyone's tired of talking about them, but this was like,
I don't care.
This is also like a really big deal because it went from like, yeah, like they're being cute to like, this is like, wow. Like Taylor can't just like run away from this one. Like she ran away from Maddie Healy.
No. Yeah. This is like, it's very public. Obviously it's already been very public, but it's like they have chemistry.
Yeah.
She's so excited about him and he's so excited about her, and
that's what we've been missing from a lot of her like relationships. Like I feel like usually we get like an album like 2 years later and then we like put together the pieces or whatever, and we never really see her with like her other people like kissing or like being like public in this way. So like for me I was like, well, I didn't know, like, but like just seeing them kiss, like you're right, like there's chemistry. Like it didn't look staged. Like, and I trust me, I am an expert in celebrity relationships.
Zuzu loves a staged relationship.
I love this. Like that is one of my biggest favorite things to talk about is like a PR relationship. And this did not look staged. Like this looked like someone who was like genuinely like, I'm gonna smooch my mans.
Hell yeah. And it was, it was his bye week, and the fact that he traveled to Argentina to see the concert in Buenos Aires.
Argentina, it's not like, flying to Philly.
No, it's absolutely not. And then so like the video of her running into his arms, obviously just, is it the biggest pop culture moment of our time? Maybe. The internet just absolutely ate that up. But then there's also the video so she changed the lyrics to her song I think Karma was the last song of the night. And she changed the lyrics to Karma is the guy and the Chiefs on the Chiefs coming right home to me.
And like, okay, I am not even like a huge Swiftie, but like the reaction that her dad had was probably the cutest thing. Like it was like peak, again, I love saying the words peak father, but it was like, he was like, that's you, bud. And he was like wearing a little like lanyards thing. And like Travis was like,
it was very cute that Travis was sitting with her dad.
Mm-hmm.
And then the fact that her dad, like you said, was so excited about the lyric change. She was like, excited. That's you.
It's you, and bro.
He's wearing the Chiefs lanyard. Like he's all in. And I'm so happy to see that it's a family affair. I love it.
Yeah. And like, not to mention, I will say this, like, I do think this is like the first time she's been so public, like not just like dropping hints in songs or like photo ops. It's like her being like, hey, she might as well have been like, hey, Travis Kelce, I love you.
I love you.
I mean, it's pretty close.
No, it is. It's such it's just, and it's also just
how everyone tells their significant others that they love them in an arena show where they change the lyric to their hit song.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's kind of fun that she's doing it in a way that like we're allowed to be in on it, right? Like it's changing the lyrics to Karma. Like she knows that everybody is excited for her. Although, according to the press, maybe not everyone, there's been this very like weird thread in the press going on in several different media outlets have been reporting that first it was Selena Gomez, and then they said Gigi Hadid does not support this relationship with Travis, thinks she's moving too fast. And it just, from the beginning, it seemed very fishy. Especially Gigi Hadid, girl.
Yeah, okay, like, listen, trust me, I love Gigi Hadid because, well, listen, I just love anyone who Bradley Cooper dates because I have a lot of theories about Bradley. But all of them, quick story, I think that that's a PR relationship, and I am, like, not going to deny that. But the fact that, like, she didn't, like, look to her own thing before saying that.
Yeah, it's like you're dating a man who is possibly asexual.
Most likely in my books.
Let's not throw stones in glass houses. But anyway, all of this is bullshit. This is all just like fake media speculation. Gigi herself tweeted, I don't know why I keep saying tweeted, like it's 2015. Anyway, she made a comment that this was completely fake news and that she's like incredibly proud of Taylor and happy that she's happy and fully supports. So just like it's like that's such a stereotypical thing to be like, oh, her girlfriends aren't supportive of this.
Whatever. Also, did you see this? I didn't put this in the document, but apparently our gal Hillary Burton from One Tree Hill has made a prediction that she thinks that they will be engaged by May.
Yes, I saw that. And I also saw that people in the comments had the absolute fucking audacity to say, who is Hillary Burton? Who is Hillary Burton? And why do I care what she thinks? And I was like, how dare you?
Please leave.
Please leave. That is probably a Gen Zer. No offense, maybe she's a little before your time. I'll give you the benefit of the doubt, but like you need to know. You need to know who Hillary is.
There is no excuse. Like you need to know One Tree Hill. Like One Tree Hill is the building block of our entire civilization. And I don't think I'm being too dramatic.
I don't think you are. If you haven't watched it, do yourself a favor and binge watch One Tree Hill. But I think she's probably right. I think that this could be a quick engagement, marriage. I don't know. I don't want to jinx it.
I know. I don't want to say anything either. Oh.
But I'll say it wouldn't shock me, especially with like
shock me either.
The energy that they are currently presenting. So who knows? But speaking of Taylor drama, another thing that the internet has been big on, like promoting tension, is this Brittany Mahomes doing the Skims campaign. And everyone's like, well, Taylor must just be outraged about this because of obviously her like beef with Kim and Kanye. And I know that that was a huge feud and sort of pivotal in Taylor's like rebirth and rebranding, but I just don't think that she probably cares.
I don't think she cares. Also, I'm pretty sure her and Kim are fine now,
right?
Especially because she's not with Kanye anymore.
Exactly.
And I'm pretty sure, I forget, like there was something where they like, I don't know if publicly buried their beef, but there was something where like they buried their beef.
Like, yeah, it seems
not anything to do with Kim.
Exactly. It seems like it was never really about their relationship anyway. And the fact that this was probably planned months ago. Like Brittany probably signed on to this before she even met Taylor.
Oh
so
gosh,
I just can't,
of course.
I can't imagine Taylor being like, how dare you let your children pose for Skims?
But like, if you think about it, you're so right, because like these campaigns are planned like minimum 6 months ahead of time. Like that would be bare minimum.
They did not just ask the Mahomes family last week, like, hey, you want to be in Skims? Like, this is a big deal. This was contracted. There were lawyers involved in this. This is not like something that happened overnight.
Imagine the schedules of those people. Like
exactly.
Both Kim and the Skims team and, you know,
the Mahomes.
Yeah. And
yeah, I think that's like just a non-starter, but people wanted to like draw the connection. And
I mean, we're here for a little bit of pettiness.
We are. We absolutely. I just, that story is just not hitting me in any type of way.
It seemed desperate.
It's giving desperate. It's giving desperate. Speaking of giving desperate, do you want to talk about Aaron Rodgers?
Must I? No. Yeah. I mean, he only does haunt my every waking moment. Not because I want him to, but because he's forced upon me in my eyes. I swear, I've started having like, since he's been back at like, he's, you know, obviously he's not playing right now. He tore his Achilles or whatever. Seems kind of like karma for not being in, anyway. But anyway, the point is he's not playing, but he has been sort of coaching, assistant coaching, like being there on the sideline. Okay, I don't know, Johnny. I don't know. He's there with a microphone and a headset. Like he's there on the sidelines looking like a fucking dad at a little league game. Okay.
Absolutely. I understand the fact that he's in theory one of the best quarterbacks of all time and he understands the game, but him wearing that headset on the sidelines is exactly what you said. It's giving overly intense dad at the little league game. It's so just, I don't know. It feels embarrassing.
Yeah, it does feel. And like that, the thing is, I'm glad that you're saying that because I feel that way every time I look at Aaron Rodgers. So it's nice to know that it's not just me. But so speaking of Aaron Rodgers, he has been sort of like saying that he's going to come back in December.
From like, an Achilles tear. Like,
so that's in like 3 weeks, buddy. Like, do you understand that? I mean, the thing is, he probably doesn't. And knowing his track record on medicine, science, common sense, I don't think he understands what's happening because from what people were saying when this happened, right? They were saying that he's not going to come back to play this season.
Ever. Possibly
or
ever.
Potentially ever. I mean,
at his age.
We should be so lucky.
I mean, normally it's an injury that
it's a career-ending injury, especially for someone his age.
You are normally you are lucky to come back after a year.
Yeah.
A year of surgery, rehab. Yeah. It seems so, I mean, maybe he figures because he is so old, like it's like, I'll see if I get one last season out of this. Like he doesn't feel like he has to protect, he's not banking on a future, but it seems really extreme.
Yeah. He is full Delulu.
That's what I was like, is he like comeback hero or full on Delulu? And obviously, regardless of what happens, he is full on Delulu always.
Yes. The thing is, like, okay. Yes, he.
Tell us.
No, I mean, like,
let him have it.
I have so many like thoughts about him as a human, but like in terms of playing, like he's he's an extremely valuable player, right? Like the New York Jets, like we're basically like we have our golden ticket. Like we're finally going to be able to go quote unquote somewhere because we have Aaron Rodgers. And guess what? He says, "Not this year, babes." And he did this, and like
he
he
says,
can't
"Let me
just
play one down, four down,
one
three downs."
second, like literally the equivalent of 5 minutes. And the fact that he had such an insane injury at his age, like for a football player, he is essentially 85.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean,
So
anything over 30 in the NFL puts you in the, like, you're in the 10,
yeah,
maybe 20% of oldest players. And
right. And I'm not trying to be
he's
an
older than
asshole.
us.
Yeah, he's older than us. He's 39, I think, 40.
Shit. I didn't realize he was that old. And like,
He is ancient. No, but
he
like
is ancient.
but like, I'm sorry. Like I sleep on my back weird. I wake up the next day, like I'm struggling. And
Yeah.
so I just think that like even if he does come back, I don't know how much he's going to be able to play.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's also like that making that decision year after year to come back as someone that old. I'm like, how do you do that from like a physical standpoint? Like
Right.
the pain. I mean, he's a quarterback, so he's not getting, ideally not getting hit as much as some positions, but like watching the Kelsey documentary, Jason Kelsey talks about, like, he's like, I'm 36 and he's like, I cannot get through the day without heavy anti-inflammatories because I am
Yeah.
just constantly in pain. And again, it's different. He's a center, but yeah, that's the thing. Like, at what point do you put your health above the money, the drive, the need to play? It's anyway. Aaron Rodgers is. Maybe he'll be back. Maybe he will, and he'll like prove us all wrong. And
I mean, I challenge him to like.
We'll see whatever the ayahuasca gods tell him is his path.
The Hat Man is going to be like, Aaron, you got this, and you know what? Let it happen.
He's got this. Well, we'll see. We'll just see. Other interesting, not NFL, but college football news. People may have been following this week. So Michigan coach Jim Harbaugh. Do you know who Jim Harbaugh is?
Of course not.
Okay, so there's a Beyonce connection. That's why I wanted to ask you. So the Harbaugh brothers used to coach, Jim used to coach the 49ers, and then his brother John still coaches the Ravens. Jim couldn't hack it, so he now coaches college football. But they once played each other in the Super Bowl, and it was the Super Bowl that Beyonce turned the lights out in, like where the power went down because Beyonce's performance was so electric.
I mean, yes, that I do know.
So that's his claim to fame.
Okay.
But anyways,
exciting.
So he has been not let go, but he's been basically banned from the field for the final 3 games of the college season for signal stealing, which is a little bit like of a gray area in college football. So obviously in the NFL, like we were just
sign stealing.
So like we were just talking about.
You put that in the notes. I thought he like stole a fan sign.
He found something that said Harbor Street and he really wanted to have it in his dorm room and he got in trouble for that. No, so in the NFL, like we were just talking about with Aaron Rodgers wearing the headset, plays are called in over headsets. In college sport or college football, they don't have that. They use hand signals to let the quarterback, specifically between like the quarterback and the coaches, whoever's calling the play. So those hand signals are like secret. And you are allowed to, like, during the game to look over at the team and try and anticipate what they're calling. You can, in theory, like you can even do research the week of. It's like a gray area, but
espionage.
Yes, exactly. A little bit of espionage is allowed, but Michigan is accused of doing full espionage where there was this guy, Connor Stallions, who was basically going to he did go to opponents' games weeks in advance and was getting tickets on the 50-yard line, watching the signals being called, and then made like a little like booklet of it. There's other accusations. We'll talk about that in a minute, but essentially that's cheating, and Harbaugh is taking the L for this, and he's going to be missing out on the last 3 games. You would think that he had been killed or imprisoned by the reaction that the Michigan fans are giving. Like, it's so unhinged.
I mean, call me a Slytherin, but like,
you like a little cheating?
I mean, just don't get caught.
My dad used to say, if you're not cheating, you're not trying.
Okay, Joe. I love that, though.
Within specific circumstances.
Yeah, no. But I mean, like, for me, I'm like, okay, like, don't, like, full on steal their whole thing, but, like, be smart.
It reminds me a little bit of Deflategate with the Patriots, because it's like Michigan is an upper echelon college team. They're always good. They're always a powerhouse. So it's like, do you really need this advantage?
Maybe that's why.
You're taking the risk, and I don't know. But one thing that I do think is really just interesting is this guy, Connor Stallions. He is a retired U.S. Marines captain. He's apparently a uber Michigan fan. Before he was hired as a staffer for the team, he wrote a 600-page manifesto called the Michigan Manifesto. Like, what?
Oh, that's insane.
What did they expect him to do?
No, that's bonkers. Like, speaking as someone who has written a master's thesis, even I couldn't pronounce, couldn't produce
that,
like 600 pages of stuff of like things that I'm supposed to know and talk about and be like a quote unquote expert.
600 pages. It's like
that is like a full on like
that's bigger than a dissertation.
Yeah, like that is like Dance of Dragons. Like, that's a full ass like fantasy novel. That is unhinged.
And he's
self-published, you know?
We could probably find it on Reddit, but he is obviously bringing a incredible intensity to this job, which he was only a volunteer, by the way.
Wait, so I do getting paid for this, Joni?
No, I said staffer, but that's like a loose term. I think technically he was a volunteer, but I do feel like Jim Harbaugh, like, obviously he is responsible for bringing this man in, and just so one of Michigan's like the team fans, their defense is like, this guy was a lone actor, like doing it on his own behest. And I'm like, possibly, but like, Coach Harbaugh is responsible for this absolute lunatic that he brought into his organization.
Yeah, like, you can't unleash someone like that and expect them to not, like, if you're bringing someone in who wrote a 600-page manifesto and then expect them to not do this, that's on you.
Exactly. Like, you knew who he was. One of my favorite things about this is he is not only accused of like paying for tickets, or not, and they know that he did go to these games. Like, they were able to prove that he bought tickets and went to these games.
That seems sloppy.
The other part of this is that he allegedly wore disguises to at least one game and went onto the sidelines of the opposing team's like coaching staff. Like, he was standing in the coaching staff. There's an image circulating. This is like alleged that he did this in disguise, but there's this image of him, and it does look just like him on the sidelines of this college game, but he's wearing sunglasses. So not like the best disguise. Yeah.
Like, at least put on like a macho like, you know, like the Groucho Marx like sunglasses. Like, come on,
the mustache and the nose.
This is like C for effort, C-.
Yeah, so we'll see and Michigan's having a great season, and of course the question is this going to derail them? Coach Harbaugh is still allowed to like coach them and run practices. He's just not allowed to be at the actual games, so sad for him. But again, the like melodrama over this, the reaction from Michigan is really something else. Sharon Moore, who's the interim coach, after Michigan beat Penn State, walloped them actually, but after that he was being interviewed on the field and the reporters, you know, asking him what it means to him, and this man is sobbing and swearing his way through the interview. He's like, I'd like to thank God, and I'd like to thank Jim Harbaugh.
Level. Yeah.
The man is crying, and he's also dropping the F-bomb like multiple times on what is, presumably a televised interview.
I mean, okay, that part I can get though.
That I relate to, but it's a lot. And then like players wearing Free Harbor shirts.
Okay, that is unhinged.
Not a hinge left in sight.
Like, the man, he is hoisted by his own petard. He is not being imprisoned somewhere.
It's also like, this is just Big Ten like sanctions punishment. Like, it's not even NCAA. Like, they're being proactive about it, and it's just a very kind of comical situation.
It's almost, it's a lot, and like, that's coming from me who loves drama, so
it's definitely providing that. If nothing else, it's very entertaining. We did want to just end our Stats Free Sports section with a nice note on the women's National Women's Soccer League. They had their finals last week, and Megan Rapinoe and Ali Krieger both played in that game against each other. It was the New Jersey Gotham FC against Old Reign, and Ali Krieger took home the title, which is, I think, nice. She's clearly, she's been going through it. She's been going through it.
It really does come back to One Tree Hill. I wasn't kidding. It is the building block of our civilization.
Everything held together by One Tree Hill. It was nice to see that Allie's brother, who we're a big fan of, what the hell is his name? Kyle?
Kyle. It's something that's like very brother name. I'll pull it up. But yeah, he was there.
He was there. He was proudly supporting her. I petitioned to make him WAG of the week. He is an incredible support system for her.
Kyle, of course, it's Kyle.
Kyle Krieger.
No, he's so cute. Like, he is truly like the peak. Like, I love his like energy and like support of her. That's really sweet.
It is. It's nice. Again, we love to see family support. It's. I will say it was a little bit sad. Megan Rapinoe, she unfortunately missed most of the game. She had like a non-contact injury, but
she also both of them tore her Achilles
in that game.
I thought so.
Shit, I didn't know that. I knew that she came off with an injury, a non-contact injury. I didn't know it was an Achilles tear.
It's an Achilles tear.
That sucks. Way to end your career on a bum note. But regardless, I would like to just say that both of these women have had such like incredible storied careers for the US and for the National Women's Soccer League, and they're definitely like leaving some big gaps in terms of star quality in the league. So it'll be interesting to see who rises up to the occasion to fill those positions.
There's a lot of really talented players out there. I mean, I've gone to a few Washington Spirit games, and they can get it.
Absolutely.
They're incredible. So I'm excited to see, as you said, like, who will rise to the forefront. For WAG of the Week, I have chosen
this is going to be different. You're going to tell me about, because I know very little about this person.
Okay, so my WAG of the week is Cheryl, aka Cheryl Cole, aka Cheryl Tweedy, aka Cheryl Versini Fernandez, I think was her like last time she. So Cheryl she became a WAG during like the golden age of WAGs. Like, she was married to Chelsea player Ashley Cole. They had like some really insane photo shoots together where they're all wearing denim. They're like posing on a car. They're like both have like matching frosted tips. Like, there is a lot of like extremely insane fashion. And Cheryl is like known in her own right because she is or was a part of Girls Aloud, which was like a big band in the early 2000s in the UK. And she was like always like the one that was like, she can't sing, but she's like super gorgeous.
So gorgeous.
And then she like launched her own career under Cheryl Cole as like a solo artist. But So the reason she has so many names is because shortly after the launch of her career, her and Ashley got divorced because he was like constantly fucking around on her.
It's hard to be a wag.
Yeah, it's
as
really
we've
hard.
discussed.
And like, you can be the most beautiful woman out there. Like Cheryl is fucking
Which
gorgeous.
she is. She's
stunning.
So gorgeous.
And you still will have an asshole cheat on you. And it's really funny because I was living in the UK during this era of Cheryl and Ashley, and I was at a pub watching like a Chelsea game, and they were showing Ashley on the screen a lot, and I just like hear from the back of the pub like this like drunken man's voice being like, "Why are you cheating on Cheryl, Ashley?" And it's like, this is a question for the ages.
That's what we all want to know.
So, but Cheryl is fascinating to me, not only because she was like exemplified this like insane wag fashion culture of the early 2000s, like she was everywhere in all the tabloids and like had some like really insane looks. But also,
I love that.
So her and Ashley got divorced. She started her singing career. Then she got married to some like restaurateur, and then she changed her name to Cheryl Versini Fernandez. That did not last.
Excuse me, it's Fernandez Vicini. I'm on the Wikipedia
page. Apologies. So that did not last, unfortunately, but her like the next turn in her chapter is that she ended up having a baby with Liam Payne of the X Factor, who, may I add, she was a judge for when he was on the X Factor, and she was a judge.
Was that when he was like becoming One Direction?
That's correct.
Because she's like 20 years older than he is,
she's
right?
Not 20, but like she's definitely at least 10.
10, 15. She's 40. She's 40 and he's
She's
closer
like
to 10.
Yeah. Closer to 10. But so it is like a little weird because it's like, oh yeah, I remember you when you were like a wee child, and now let's have a baby together. But since that breakup, she has gone by the mononym Cheryl.
Simply Cheryl.
Yeah, she hasn't really like hit the American markets the way that she did in the UK. Like she did a collab with will.i.am, and like I think she was on like the US X Factor, but I think that they like removed her because no one could understand her accent. She's from Newcastle.
She's Newcastle, yeah.
She has quite an accent, but she is like stunning, gorgeous, a little bit trashy. She like got into a fight at some like club where she like tried to beat up the bathroom attendant. She is a little bit chavvy, but like overall an icon, a queen, and a legend in my eyes. And like, again, like those pictures of her and Ashley
will live rent free in your brain.
I would like to get them embroidered at some point on a pillow or tattooed.
Tattooed on your back. I would. Well, we've already got that real estate taken up.
I have more real estate on my back. I can fit a picture of that on there.
Okay.
Yeah.
I guess I know very little about her beyond the Liam relationship because, like you said, she's not as mainstream in the US, but going through her fashion, this is again, it's just iconic wag. It's an era that could never be replicated. Gen Z, you can try, but you can never really do the early 2000s.
Be there. Like you had to
be
smell the tanning spray and like the cheap liquor on the dance floor. Like you had to be there. And Cheryl was there. But she will always be Cheryl Cole in my heart.
Why are you cheating on Cheryl?
Why are you cheating on Cheryl? It's like, this man spoke for the masses.
He just wanted to protect the wags, as do we all. It's not an easy gig to be the wife or girlfriend of a superstar athlete. We will continue to preach that and support our wags. Well, thank you for educating me because
you're so welcome.
I didn't know about that.
I'm glad that I could bring this icon to your attention.
Thank you so much.
Music. It's actually pretty good.
Is it? Is it very like auto-tuney?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Good. I mean, I like that.
I like it too.
Know who you are, stay in your lane. And if auto-tune is what you require, then God,
do it.
Please have it. Yeah. Well, thank you all so much for joining us. We hope that you, hopefully, you learned something like I did this week. And we will be back next week to recap all of the pop culture and sports entertainment news.
All right, see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.